Oh. What's up, guys? Ridge Trooper Bash back in the shop. I've got my little ARRMA Mojave Grom. Big shout out to Fast Track Hobbies. They're my local hobby shop in Rockland, California. I've actually had this sucker since early July. I was sitting on her the first 2 to 3 weeks. As you guys know, this is a smaller scale RTR. Comes with a controller, the LiPo, little smart charger, basically everything you need right out of the box. You'll see she's taken a few dings already. I've had her out multiple times. What I love most about this size, guys, is this is absolutely perfect for the front yard, the park, pretty much anywhere. Super portable, real easy to wrench on, and this particular model is ultra tough. Decided to go straight to 3S with a Hobbywing setup. I noticed right out of the box, guys, this is definitely a lot heavier than the Typhon. However, this thing is built like a tank. Because this sucker's a little on the small side, definitely not ideal for really rough terrain or deep sand. For smoother surfaces and general bashing, this thing absolutely rips. You'll notice from underneath, the body is pretty much reinforced from front to rear. Super trick job how ARRMA integrated this with a clipless setup. Just like the Mojave 4S and 6S, you got a couple drivers in there. Haven't touched the shocks. This is super plush straight out of the box. Love the body lean with the suspension. As far as compared to my Typhon, I'd say this sucker's easily just as fun, maybe a little bit more fun just for ripping around. You'll see with a quick side-by-side, these rigs pretty much have the same wheelbase. The Typhon's definitely a little bit more agile, but the Mojave is just an absolute blast to rip around. Quick look on the inside. I did go with the 2435 brushless system, except this one's a 4500 kV versus a 6500 kV I put in my Typhons. This little guy is rated to 3S. For packs, I was using these little 1300 milliamp 3S. I think these are 50C discharge from Power Hobby. This size is actually perfect. It had really good run times, plenty of power. Shout out to Mike with Game Changer fans. These are the same packs that I would normally use to power my fans on my street rigs. I threw in a Losi 18 tooth 0.5 mod, just like I'm running in the Typhons on 2S. For speed, I clocked this thing at like 44, 45 miles an hour, which to me is plenty quick. Temps have been fantastic. I think the hottest I got the motor was like 130. ESC was like maybe 110. Just like with my Typhon, I did one of the aftermarket eBay ESC mounts. Got this from RC Basics. I think it was like 13 bucks. It also comes with a top piece here in the center. But what I found is when you're putting the body on, essentially this was the best setup I could come up with. You'll see my ESC is really close to the edge of the mudguard. Any further this way and I was having trouble getting the body on. For receiver, I've got a little Tactic. This is the old TTX 300 that came with the ARRMAs originally before they went to Spectrum. You'll see I used a little bit of Gorilla Tape just to hold some of my wires down, and then I've got my power switch mounted towards the center. Again, this Hobbywing's a little quick run. It's a 16BL30. This is done absolutely awesome in my Typhon. And again, that's paired with the 2435 brushless, except I went with a 4500 kV for this setup. I wanted to solder on an EC3, but unfortunately the shop was out of them. I just used an IC3. The IC2 I don't believe is actually rated for 3S, so I went ahead and just went up one size. So far this thing's been a little tank, guys. The only problems I had, basically at the skate park, my very first run, I'm not sure when it happened, but I realized I was essentially three-wheel drive right towards the end. Basically just lost one of the pins from the front CVD. Not sure if the camera's picking it up, but you're going to see there's a little marred area basically where the CVD, where the barrel, and where the pin would sit. By some miracle, the barrel was still in the shaft, but the pin went flying despite the little retaining spring still being on there. I decided to just go ahead and upgrade to these hot racing ones. So far, these have been absolutely flawless. Just make sure you're ordering the right part, guys. This one's actually for the Typhon, and there is a difference. You'll notice the one for the Mojave is actually shorter than the one for the Typhon. The other issue I had, unfortunately, is my rear diff kind of crapped out at the end of run number 3. It was fairly dry when I busted it open. Again, these are grease filled. My satellite gears survived. You'll see the 4 of them in there, and they actually spin pretty smooth on this outdrive. The problem I found is, unfortunately, the planetary gear on this crown side is completely stripped out. Not sure why ARRMA used plastic planetary gears to pair with these metal satellites. The other thing I noticed is the screws that actually hold the crown gear onto the cup were just a tiny bit loose. Maybe this thing backed up just a bit. One thing you can do to save the stock diffs, guys, is pull them apart, Just put a little dab of quality grease. This is my favorite here. It's a Nano Pro MT. I have to order this online. I've been using this stuff for years on all my RCs. Pretty much lather this on the crown and pinion gears on all my rigs. Running 3S, I decided, you know what, it's probably better to just upgrade my diffs to all metal. Shout out to A-Main Hobbies. These just showed up. Basically, it's a set of diffs, the bearings. Here's your part number. It's ARRMA 311193. I kind of knew the minute I pulled this sucker out of the box that 3S was definitely an option. I just figured with a little added weight over the Typhon, she'd move a little better. In case anybody's curious, as far as top speed, I'm getting about 45 miles an hour with the 4500 on 3S, which is pretty much the same speed I got on my son's Typhon. Again, this is staying on 2S with the 6500 kV. Gonna leave you guys with some running footage. Absolutely love this little Mojave Grom, guys. She took a hammering in the 3 sessions I've had with her so far, and super excited to get her out again soon. I think the wheels are smoking. Yeah, she's plenty fast, guys. I could go up a couple teeth, but this is plenty fun. Just love the body lean. Oh! Whoops. Yeah, she gets up moving quick, guys. Yeah, she's definitely a smooth handler. This car is so fun, guys. Love the body lean. Ooh. Well, the back end is a little soft. Oh, man. Oh. The acceleration is ridiculous. Oh. Oh man, what a fun little ripper, guys. Little beast. Man, she takes off easy with this 3S, guys. Oh, man, she is taking some hard hits. So far, I'm not seeing any breakages, guys. Chassis is looking good as well. Oh. Yeah, the shocks are actually pretty nice, just bone stock. Oh. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it. Definitely super impressed with this little ripper. Loving this Hobbywing 4500 kV on 3S. Again, traction out here is super limited. Overall, these little tires did awesome. All right, guys, until next time.